stand there and let 7,000 people spew their love at you. How's it going?
It's like we're ready to make the shimmy fucking chongas around here. It's only been 11 years in the waiting.
I know. I mean, for you to see this up there, to see you as Deadpool again, but in this...
1 year ago to almost today, some asshole in here leaked that footage. And that's why we're standing here. I mean, Tim Miller and I, the director, we just sat back there and just shook our heads in kind of awe, just thinking, how did we get here? It was that moment. You guys, the internet fans, you guys made the studio do this. You bent their arms behind their backs, twisted their friggin' necks, and here we are.
Well, Deadpool movie. I know people are very excited. And I think let's bring everyone, first of all, let's bring Tim Miller out, yes. Director Tim Miller out here. And also, as Vanessa, Morena Baccarin! Nice to meet you. As Weasel, my good friend Mr. TJ Miller is also here. You gotta do warm-up, you gotta do warm-up.
That cuts a 4.
Yeah, thank you, Chris.
Thank you, TJ. As Negasonic Teenage Warhead, Brianna Hildebrand! As Ajax, Ed Screen! And as Angel Dust, Gina Carano! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please, everyone, have a seat next to your name. In a world.
Divided.
Yeah! You could just do that from now on.
I know, I do it all the time. It drives my wife nuts.
All right, so Tim, let's start with you.
Let's not start with me.
You don't want to start with you?
No.
It all starts with you.
Let's start with Ryan.
Ah, get in there. Give Tim a question. He'll be great, trust me.
Tim,
He'll find some way to work
what
it
is
all.
love? So
it's a man named Ryan Reynolds.
Yes.
Wow.
So it was a perfect answer.
Jeez.
So people love this character, and they've been dying to see this get its own movie for a long time. This character gets its own movies. Can you talk about, what made you decide like this is something that we're going to do? Now is the time. We can do this. We have the time and resources.
Fox said you can make it if you want, and I said okay. I mean, that's pretty much it. I would have made this fucking movie anytime, but it had to come at the right time, and the studio was ready to make it now. And I think it's because, as Ryan said, it's the fans. He's the perfect character for our time.
Yeah, and Ryan? Why do you think people are so in love with Deadpool?
I think this character inhabits a space in the comic universe that no other person can or will ever inhabit. I mean, it's got everything you'd ever want. For one, I just think it's an absolute miracle that a studio let us make Deadpool, let alone a rated R Deadpool.
But I mean, you have to. You would have to do it this way. There's no way.
That's us talking. That's not the people that cut the big fat check.
Did you have to convince them of that, or did they just say, "Hey, man, do whatever you want to do with this"?
Eventually they said that, but at the beginning, I mean, it is. But they didn't say that at first. It was R, then it was PG, then it was R again. But ultimately, I think they see that the world is ready for something different.
No matter what the rating is, though, babies will love this.
It's going to be the feel-good baby movie of the year.
Sure, 100%.
Do you feel like this is do you feel like Deadpool is your soul? Like, do you feel when you put on the suit, you're like, yeah, I'm this guy. This is the guy.
No, when you put that suit on, there's just the whole energy and atmosphere on the set changes. I mean, I've
not to mention the smell.
Yeah, the smell changes
dramatically.
That thing takes a beating. I mean, it was just it's sort of meant to be slightly disgusting, which is also a nice thing. It's all sewn up shoddily by Deadpool himself, but. Yeah, it's definitely a game changer, I mean, I've only ever done one other proper full, sorry, not proper, superhero movie, but
oh damn!
But I didn't have a suit. You know, it was a computer-generated suit. So I never really got to experience what that was like to walk onto a set fully embodied.
And you didn't get to talk that much.
No, yeah. This time I don't shut up.
Yeah.
No.
Marina, can you talk a little bit about Vanessa and just anything?
Anything. I'll say
Anything you want. Like who is she? What? Anything.
She's badass. It was really awesome to read the script, especially as a woman. You don't get to read many superhero movies that have a badass romantic lead in it. And she gives him lip right back, and not necessarily the talking kind.
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah. She's just really awesome. She's a really, a perfect match to his crassness.
TJ.
Yes, Chris.
Hey, TJ Miller.
Hi, Chris Hardwick. How are you?
you?
Hello, Comic-Con. This is my first time coming. Thank you guys for having me. It's very crazy. Yes. You seem weary, but thank you.
I mean, for crap's sake, you would think HBO would bring Silicon Valley to Comic-Con.
What are we going to bring a show about Northern California and Southern California?
What are you going to do about that?
I want to say really
quickly.
quickly.
Understand. We're different states.
Chris, I want to tell you that this said we're promoting an R-rated film, the first real R-rated superhero film. On the back of these, it says, "Please be aware that many members of your audience may be under 18 years of age."
Yeah.
And to those of you, I say, you're going to fucking love this movie.
Yeah. I think we. I think we blew past that barrier when we showed the first part of this. I think where everyone's totally You kids have the internet now. You're desensitized to this shit. Come on.
Most of you have seen horses fuck before you kiss your first girl.
All right, good. Well, let's go there. Let's go there then. Let's go there. You know why, TJ? Because it's unbridled passion. It's
unbridled.
It's unbridled passion. And I just get bored of people after a while.
Right?
Oh, Chris, I eat your sea biscuit, honey.
Oh, giddy up, Tej.
And I play Weasel. Go ahead.
Well done.
I think you gave us a sense of who Weasel was without actually saying. Brianna, what can you tell us about your character?
So I play Negasonic Teenage Warhead, and she is a 15-year-old like superhero in training. She's Colossus's trainee, and yeah, she's pretty gothic, apathetic, and she's a very strong young superhero who's a female, and I love her.
Excellent. And what was the experience like for you coming into the cast, and where did you see yourself fitting in? I mean, was the shoot grueling? Was it fun? Was it a dream come true?
It was so fun. It was all fun, and it was such a dream come true because I may or may not have had a huge crush on Ryan Reynolds growing up. So
what?
And this was my first film, really. So I had no idea what to expect, but it was so fun, and the energy among everyone was great, and we all got along great, and yeah, it was awesome.
I mean, yeah, when the lead character is that actor really sets the tone of the set. Right. And so when it's someone like you and it's someone who's nice and fun, you have TJ on there too. I mean, it sounds.
Oh yeah, it's so easy to be relaxed. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Sounds like we're going into overtime.
She actually showed me this photo of her Photoshop, that photo of Ryan where he's super 12-pack muscles, and she photoshopped herself into the photo next to Ryan when she was in high school. She really did have a
Did you show him that?
Yeah, I did. I printed it out.
What do you say to that?
I guess I was her Joey Lawrence. That's who it was for me. I photoshopped myself into every Joey Lawrence photo I could find, and I feel you. I feel your pain.
Well, we have a special guest. Joey Lawrence is here. That would be amazing. Oh, that would be amazing. Whoa! No, he's not a TJ. I'm sorry. I was just doing a bit.
Chris.
I didn't mean to toy with your heart.
Hey, TJ, stay with us. You're okay. Okay.
TJ later will go to an equestrian center.
You're really going to stir up some controversy with these horse puns.
I'm going to stir it up? You said the horse thing.
Stir up.
Stir up. Well done. Oh, well done. Good. You've saddled me with another bit. Thank you. This is what we do all day. This is the shit we do all day.
It's good. It's good.
No, you're right. No points for that one.
Come on, they're chomping at the bit for the rest of the
Okay,
panel.
perfect.
Oh God.
Ed, what can you tell us about Ajax?
Ajax runs the workshop that Wade Wilson comes into as a terminally ill ex-Special Forces soldier, and we give him the superpowers that turn him into Deadpool, and he's very disrespectful and ungrateful.
All right.
That doesn't seem right. That seems very threatening.
No, that's about right.
Do you feel you owe them something? You feel like you should owe them anything for this?
Oh, for the superpower?
Sure.
No, you should see what they turn me into, though. That's I think it's a fair trade.
Yeah. Let's talk. I want to talk to Gina about Angel Dust. What can you tell us about Angel Dust?
I basically feel like we're creators with I mean, personally, I have Angel Dust has little anger issues. So we helped create Mr. Deadpool, and it's been kind of like a revolution. I'm looking out here, and it's just such a massive event, and it's such a pleasure to be a part of it with this cast and the crew and Tim Miller. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be a part of it, and thank you for allowing me the outlet to have my anger issues resolved.
Now, when you obviously. There's just there's an irreverent tone that is necessary to bring this onto the screen. And you obviously chose the right cast. How much was there riffing on the set and screwing around, or how much? I mean, did you allow that to go on?
Oh, fuck yeah. I mean, the whole... First of all, I can't stop it. Ryan does it nonstop, and TJ is completely uncontrollable.
Professional.
Really. Like, even when I would get angry at him and tell him to quit fucking around, he would still do it. But everybody was great. I mean, we had a great set. For a first-time director, it's got to be one of the best experiences I could hope for, because we had no drama, no difficulty. The studio was behind us for all the decisions. They didn't question anything that we did, even though they probably should have.
I think Tim was the biggest drama on set, right?
Yeah, I'm a bit of a prima donna.
Yeah.
Very
Stuff that
needy.
comes out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Ryan had to hug me at least twice a day.
Oh, he's such a crybaby. God. I mean, he's such a pervert, too. Everything that this guy cries if he sees unadulterated rage. It gets him.
It's true. Ryan did this scene where he comes in at a pivotal part of the movie that I won't tell you about, and he's just so fucking angry. And Ryan, he does this thing, and he's like, dude, I got like 2 fucking takes in me for this because I'm... But it was brilliant, and so I choked up a little bit.
Hey, I found him weeping in the corner.
It was so good.
It's like none of the funny, dramatic stuff does it, just the pure rage. You should direct the next Hulk. Just be crying like a baby the whole time behind the monitor.
I cry for the emotional stuff.
Or direct an episode of Nancy Grace.
And then he got really jealous. And then Ryan gets really jealous because in the 3rd act, Morena did this amazing scene, and I teared up again. And then he did his side of it, and I was like, yeah, that was all right. And he's like, where's my tears? Where's mine?
No
Were there things that you felt like, oh, well, maybe this is one step too far, maybe this is one step too...
Only every day?
Oh, yeah.
Every scene.
Yeah, there's stuff that I would get home, I would be lying awake in bed, and I would text him just to say, hey, that thing I said, that extra joke at the end of that scene when I'm walking out of the cab, could you make sure that's never seen by anyone? Because there's a number of organizations that will find me.
There was a rewrite. TJ Miller got involved in one of the scenes, and he wrote some of the meanest jokes. That's where I really said, you know what, we can't do this, because this is funny as shit, but it's fucking mean. It's just mean.
Thank you.
And so
I am not mean. You're saying that because
You're laughing and crying, and then you go home and you literally cry. Thank you.
It's true. I saw. Ryan's very strong. I don't know if you know, ladies, but he has a very muscular body. He's a very strong man. And he was really sweet because when Tim would cry, he'd hold him like a little cherubic baby that he is. He'd rock him back and forth until Tim. Yeah. And we'd all put on the suit and fuck around.
So what can you what can you say about this version of Deadpool without giving away too much? But what can you say to people? What can they expect? I mean, I know we got a glimpse of it in before what you're saying, but what?
Well, it's everything, you know, that we loved about the comics. I mean, we have a guy that obviously is going to break the fourth wall. You're obviously going to see what and this is just my opinion, but I think the most faithful adaptation of a super suit from a comic to a movie I've ever seen. And that's Russ Schenkel. I got to shout him out. We actually have the Merc with the mouth. The mouth is not at any point in our film sewn shut.
Was that a condition? You were not sewing this mouth shut.
That is a problem. That was the only thing. I wasn't even paid. They just promised me that on this movie. But and yeah, you have your Merc with the mouth. You have the guy that is doing his best to annoy the living shit out of everyone around him 24/7.
And you know what? Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick, the writers too. Where are they?
Somewhere here.
Somewhere. They deserve a lot of credit because this script, bar none, is the best script I've ever read. I get choked up. It's so good.
No! What?
Yeah, right? It's beautiful. You're okay. I do. The script is great, and they were tireless with me trying to get this movie made with Ryan. We never let up with the studio, just constantly annoying them with emails to please make this movie. And Rhett and Paul were there beside me the whole time saying, this is the best script we've ever written, and it needs to be done. So,
Tim, you know, I gotta say, we've never met before this moment. I didn't know this, but I see this crusty exterior and a chewy center inside that I really enjoy about you.
Hottest middle-aged director working.
No, but you have to know. You have to know that it's important for these people to know that this is that important to you. You know, this is a very special and important character to people. And so if you came out and you're like, yeah, we made this Hot Shot Super movie, people are like, fuck that guy. But you're sensitive and you love it and it means something to you. And we actually have some footage to show you guys because you're good. And you've sat through a lot of TJ and I making horse puns, and so I appreciate that. And let's show some never...